Thank you, Toriyama Sensei. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard this sad and unfortunate news. For those of you who haven't, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball and many other works, has sadly passed away. Now, what me and Yanko wanted to do, we wanted to come on here and give tribute to Akira Toriyama, just kind of talk about how he impacted us in the world of anime and just, give him his flowers, of course. But I'll tell y'all how he impacted my life, and then I'll go ahead and let Yanko tell y'all how he impacted his. But before we get into Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and everything and how it's impacted my life, definitely want to send my thoughts and prayers out to the family, the Toriyama family, and just anybody who's been impacted by his loss. For me, Dragon Ball Z was actually the first anime that got me hooked. It was the first one that got me into the world of anime and opened up my eyes to so many other great animes. I started watching Dragon Ball Z, late night, Toonami, staying up past my bedtime when I wasn't supposed to be up, probably like any other little kid. But Dragon Ball Z was it, man. I don't know what was coming on at the time. I think I had seen like little snippets of Dragon Ball here and there, but I think on Toonami, it was like Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think was coming on at the time. But Dragon Ball Z is what did it for me, man. It was dope. The characters, loved the transformations, everything. Once I started getting into it, watching it, I liked to draw back then when I was younger too. So of course I started trying to draw the characters, create my own Dragon Ball Z characters and draw them on paper. And then I actually started getting pretty good at drawing, and I had just kept on drawing the characters, and they started getting really good. So fast forward a little bit more after that. So at first I was watching Dragon Ball Z a little bit here and there, but then like once I really dove deep into it, one of my friends from elementary school actually had some manga that he would bring, and that's what got me hooked into reading manga. So it still started off as Dragon Ball Z for me. So that's when I dove more deeply into drawing and all of that good stuff. So I started slowly building up my manga collection. I was grabbing a bunch of different Dragon Ball Z volumes. I was reading them. I was loving them, man. I was enjoying them. Of course, I was still continuing my drawing, and I was just watching the show. And then shortly after that, Dragon Ball Z led me to Naruto. So for me, Dragon Ball Z started off everything, gave me my kickstart, and then I started moving on to other animes, Naruto, Bleach, that kind of stuff. Then slowly diving into more and more stuff. But Dragon Ball Z, man, will forever have a special place in my heart because it's how I got my beginning. For me in Dragon Ball Z, of course, like I would think Goku is a lot of people's favorite character, the main protagonist. But for me, I don't know, like Goku is my favorite character, but I also do have other favorite characters that are low-key slept on. I did used to like Goten, but of course, like where we're at now in the anime, we don't really see that much development from them. But I loved Gohan, bro. Gohan in the Cell Saga, undefeated. It's my favorite character. Then I did like Future Trunks from the Android movie, and I would just love to see Trunks and Goten just age and develop and grow their abilities more. But yeah, man, those are all three of my favorite characters: Gohan, Trunks, and Goku. But I don't know how I'm feeling about Gohan right now with his beast transformation. Prime Gohan to me was Cell Saga Gohan. That's how it's always gonna be. That's my favorite iteration or chapter for that character, because once he started going down the Great Saiyaman road, it was pretty much wraps after that. Like Gohan didn't really want it like that, but definitely would have loved to see him still train and just like not be in the books as much, but just kind of focus on fighting and just being the strongest he could be, like like his father. But that wasn't the path for him. So then of course, like Goku has got to be one of your favorites out of all of the characters. Like you see this man transcend and break barriers over and over and over. So you just have to love Goku just because of how resilient he is. My favorite villain, let me see, of course you gotta have Broly in there. I feel like a lot of people would say Broly and Frieza. I'm trying to see if it's a low-key character that's like really slept on. Me and Yanko joke about Krillin a lot. It's so funny. The rest of the Z fighters, it's funny how they just all kind of stay where they was at when Goku met all of them. They do grow a little bit stronger, but it's like they're not strong enough to make a significant difference. But Krillin, you gotta love Krillin. But yeah, man, everybody played their roles. Like one of my favorite movies was, of course, where we get to see Gohan shine again, BoJack Unbound. That might be my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, BoJack Unbound. It might have the cake. I think it does. But I mean, like, I don't know, man. Dragon Ball Z is just one of those iconic animes, and it'll always be an iconic anime. It's where a lot of people get their start, and even people that are now jumping into anime today, those are one of the animes that they may start off watching. Like, I even started my son watching Dragon Ball Z, and he loves it. So it's definitely special to have him love something so much as I did growing up. You know, you see the impact that Akira Toriyama had with all of his fans all over the world with his writing and just the stories that he could tell. Then of course, you know, we have all of the valuable life lessons that Akira has taught us within Dragon Ball. You know, we got a bunch of different topics, man: adversity, triumph, just all of the different themes that we've ever seen throughout Dragon Ball. Goku facing adversity, Gohan, just all of the Z fighters, all the things that they've been through, the loss that they've been through, just the determination, not giving up, surpassing new heights and new limits. You know, Goku never set a ceiling for himself. Even if there was a ceiling, he found some way to break through that barrier. So we can take all of those different life lessons and just apply them to our own lives, and you know, we can go wherever we want to go in this life. So I want to say a huge thank you to Akira Toriyama for getting me started on my journey with anime, because anime has been a huge part of my life. It's impacted my life in so many ways, and it's taught me so many lessons. So again, Akira, thank you so much for everything that you've done, everything that you continue to do. You will be greatly missed, but your work and everything that you have accomplished and taught us through your writing and your stories, that'll continue to live on forever. But before I let y'all hear Yanko's perspective, let me know some of Akira Toriyama's other work down in the comment section that you all recommend, because really the only thing that I've watched of his is Dragon Ball Z that I know of. I might have seen something that I didn't know that he has written, but if y'all have seen any of his other work and you recommend it as a must watch, please let us know down in the comment section. I definitely want to check out some more of his stuff because I know it's got to be good. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing over to Yanko, and I'm gonna let him tell y'all how Dragon Ball Z and Akira Toriyama had a huge impact on his life.